cybersecurity? There's a ton of content out there, and if you don't know where to start, it can be overwhelming, even paralyzing. So let's fix that. Welcome to Simply Cyber, a community of tens of thousands of aspiring and active cybersecurity professionals focused on networking, knowledge sharing, and professional development. I'm Dr. Gerald, Auger, Chief Content Creator at Simply Cyber, inviting you to get the answers to your cybersecurity problems with hundreds of cybersecurity videos answering your frequently asked questions, interviewing industry experts, and live streaming daily cyber threat briefings hosted by me. Now get the stories and insights you won't find anywhere else. Hit subscribe now and dig into all the fresh content on the channel and in the community. Nothing should stop you from launching and leveling up your cybersecurity career today. All right, good morning, folks. Welcome to the party. Today is Wednesday, Worldwide Wednesday, December 27th, 2023. This is episode 523 of Simply Cyber's Daily Cyber Threat Briefing podcast. I am your host, Dr. Gerald Auger, and over the next 45 minutes, me, you, Chris Young, DP, Space Tacos, Kimberly can fix it in the mod chat, Night Orchestra, Stephen H., Mark Lauterbach, all the Yeet crews, Marcus Kyler leading the charge. Haircut Fish, Johnny 5, and Kimberly. Adam V is going to be rolling in here. Recently minted Lazaro Rivera, Alpha Sierra, all those keeping it real between Christmas and New Year's, putting in the time, putting in the effort. We're all going to be shredding the top cybersecurity news stories of the day, and I'll be giving my expert opinion and analysis on each of those stories on what it means to you as a practitioner. So how can you use this information to drive cyber risk reduction for your business stakeholders? Or if you're looking to break into the industry, don't worry, we got you covered. Holla, 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 because you will be asked in any single job interview, how do you stay current in the industry? This right here, pretty phenomenal answer, I would argue. In addition to that, it's vital to, basically your development and knowledge and awareness to hear what's going on in the news day in and day out. And the networking is top notch. Already 130 people in here in the first couple minutes. Chat's bumping. A lot of great people in here. So the professional networking is super valuable. Just had someone ask me this morning can I go to a boot camp instead of a bachelor's degree? Do people hire that way? And I said it's totally possible. There's a lot of boot camps out there. So, do your research because some are hot trash and some are really good. But I said you got to professionally network because you're going to run into HR prereq gatekeepers. And if you've networked, you can get right to the hiring manager. So super valuable. Say hi in chat if you're here. Before we get into the news, let me do a shout out and thanks to the stream sponsors, starting with my good friend Brandon Poole with Panoptcy Security. Get a partner who understands your cyber program and your business goals. Panoptcy.com and the team up there are very effective at helping you tactically with tabletop exercises, quantified risk assessments, building out a SecOps capability, or strategic value, like how do you want to set up 2024? How do you mature your information security program? So regardless of what you need, they are knowledgeable and you can get them at fractional staff cost. Basically, you don't have to hire them full-time and bring them in. You can bring them in for 6 weeks, get what you need. So it's a respectful return on your investment while getting expertise at a fraction of the cost. Panoptcy.com, give them a ring, see what's up and how they can help you in 2024. Also want to say, not yet. I also want to say shout out to Antisyphon Training. We're here to help you. We're here to help you. Like I work there. I feel so aligned with Black Hills Information Security and Antisyphon Training that I really do agree with that statement. Antisyphon Training is disrupting the cybersecurity training industry by offering cutting-edge, high-quality education to everyone, regardless of what their financial situation is. So you're rubbing two nickels together, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. You can get high-quality Antisyphon cybersecurity training. I want to call your attention to the links in the description below. If you go to them, you're going to see under training, pay what you can training. If you're watching online right now, pay what you can training. It's just a calendar of upcoming training That is $0, as little as $0. You pay what you can. And I want to call your attention to the Active Defense Cyber Deception and SOC Core Skills. These are John Strand himself. You can see John Strand's emote in chat right now if you're watching on stream. John walking away from an explosion. John Strand is an amazing practitioner, very, very knowledgeable, was with SANS for a long time. And he teaches both of these courses. Go check it out. Take advantage of it. I would just say, if you have the bandwidth and the initiative to learn, if you're serious about it, these two classes are not to be missed. You'll have to wait 3, 4 months, 6 months to catch them again. All right. Want to remind everybody it is Worldwide Wednesday, so we're going to be getting into the Worldwide Wednesday activity in a hot minute. No problem, Kimberly. We're going to get into that, but before we do, I want to remind each of you, I want to remind Ms. Julian and Michael Huskin and Dale Fay, Team SC. I want to remind all of you, each episode of the Daily Cyber Threat Brief is worth 1/2 of the CPE. So be sure to say what's up in chat, take a screenshot, file it away. That's why I put the chat on screen. And at the end of the year, whenever you're going to file for CPEs, count the number of files, multiply it by 0.5. This is effectively... And I'm being incredibly conservative by saying 30 minutes. We always go way longer than 30 minutes, but no one's going to argue with 30 minutes. It's inarguable, okay? So 30-minute webinar, instructor-led, whatever you want to call it, and it qualifies. So get in here, say what's up. If you're not sure, drop a hashtag Team SC because you are part of the Simply Cyber community, part of the Simply Cyber team. Awesome. Oh, Lorcomar, Sisec, thank you. Yeah, that quick little short I made of my setup. Thanks for checking that out. Definitely cool. So Team SC in chat. Thanks, John De La Cruz. And we'll get into that. Now, coffee cup cheers or whatever you're drinking, cheers. Let me take a slug off this delicious coffee. All right, let's get into Worldwide Wednesday, and then we're going to bump. Oh, also reminder, I don't prep or research any of the stories that we're going to be covering today. It's all me, rough, rugged, and raw, shooting from the hip, riding low on the hip on a train bound for glory. We're just getting after it every single day. All right, now it's my favorite activity of the week, Worldwide Wednesday. Now check this out. Let me drop a little thing. Worldwide Wednesday is presented by IT Pro TV, now IT Pro from ACI Learning, the international online training solution that professionals in audit, cybersecurity, and IT turn to for binge-worthy content. Use my promo code SimplyCyber30 at checkout to get 30% off your first month or first year. You can go to itpro.tv/simplycyber if you want to pull that up. It's definitely a great resource if you have basically you're trying to get a bunch of learning in a short amount of time. ACI Learning, IT Pro TV is excellent. Daniel Lowry is one of the edutainers. It's just high quality content. So check that out. Thank you for sponsoring Worldwide Wednesday. All right, guys. So here's what we do. If you're new here, hashtag first timer in chat. And if you're a regular, you know what we're about to do. Country code names on. All right, here we go, y'all. So here's how it works. I'm basically going to say, what's up? Where are you at? And then I'm going to turn the music up and lose my mind. Scott Munoz. I said your name wrong before, and Mod Chat got it all over me. But L. Scott, thank you so much.
We just become best friends.
Great to see you. Great to see you with the blue badging, Scott. Awesome. Let's go. 2 minutes on the clock. Let's go. All right. I see India. I see Canada. Let's go. India, Canada, United States. Let's go. Ohio's in the house. Ooh. Marlzila Woolham's first timer in chat. Good to see you, first timer. Zach Morrison, where you at? First timer. Love it. Pueblo, Colorado's in the house. Niagara Falls. What's up, New Orleans? Tom Bishop in the booth. We got Italy online. Hey, San Diego. What's up, Flo Rida? Amsterdam in the Netherlands online. Let's go. I'll find the Netherlands later. Looks like it's going to be one of those days. Great state of Texas. Utah's in the house. Manish is getting Arctic weather. I love it. Virginia, what's up, Wisconsin? Australia reporting in. Thank you, Australia. Love it, love it, love it. Japan's in the house. Thank you, Mod Chat. Let's go. Philippines, all right. Pacific Rim is like representing today. Thailand's coming in hot. What's up, Jacksonville, Florida? Duval. All right, Mars is in the house. Nigeria bringing Africa online. Yes, sir. Love it, love it, love it. Dirty Jersey's in the house. What's up, Houston? Bangladesh coming online. I like it. Boom, Bangladesh. Wilmington, North Carolina. I see you, Front Street, Nicholas Lacastro. Budapest, Hungary's in the house. I love that. Very nice. Ooh. Bulgaria, Italy. Oh, my God. Netherlands. Oh, I saw the Netherlands. Hold on, we'll get Netherlands because I missed that earlier. We'll get back to Hungary. Ohio. Jupiter, Florida. Asheville. Ooh, I love Asheville. Very nice, Asheville, North Carolina. Belfast, Ireland. Good to see you, Ireland. Nice. The DR is in the house. Is that Leonardo? All right, guys, let's check in to see where we are. That was a quick. It's always so quick. Those 2 minutes are always so quick. All right, hold on. Let's get caught up here. We got Afghanistan's online. Boom. All right, so just doing a quick little survey. I see we've got North America, Europe, light African representation, stunningly. Africa usually comes correct. Asia's in the house. Middle East is represented. Pacific Rim. Australia is very nice. We're kind of light in the South American representation. So it looks like we didn't do it today. Hungary. Oh, there you are, Hungary. We got you right there, Hungary. Thank you very much. Leonardo Nunez officially saying he saw Colombia. We do have a Colombian who comes in on the regular. Boom, baby. We did it. Yes, sir. All right. Worldwide Wednesday is so hot.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
All right. Great work, everybody. That's a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed Worldwide Wednesday. I always do. But as much as it's fun to play the games, it is time to get to work. So do me a favor. Sit back, relax, and let's let the cool sounds of the hot news wash over us in an awesome way. But I'll see you guys at the mid-roll.
From the CISO series, it's Cybersecurity Headlines.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Wednesday, December 27th, 2023. I'm Sean Kelly.
Hey, Andres Molina.
CBS and Paramount owner says it was hacked a year earlier. National Amusements, the cinema chain and corporate parent of media giants Paramount and CBS, confirmed that hackers stole the personal information of more than 82,000 people. The incident occurred in December of 2022, but the breach filing revealed that it took the company until August of 2023 to discover it. The hackers also stole bank account and credit card numbers along with associated security codes, passwords, or secrets. Paramount disclosed a separate security incident in August in which hackers took names and dates of birth as well as social security numbers of an unspecified number of customers.
All right, so here's a couple interesting things about this particular story. A couple things. One, and probably most important, so National Amusements, they own CBS and Paramount, right? So they're in the entertainment industry and online media and streaming and TV shows and all that. Hollywood, right? Okay. So they got hacked and they had to disclose that they got breached and that 84,000 people were affected. Now, that's immediately I'm like, that's a pretty small number for a CBS and Paramount, right? That's massive. They have presumably millions of people like streaming and stuff like that. So it was submitted by their HR department, which now lines up that this could be personnel records. They didn't disclose it. Two things that jumped out immediately. One, this came out into the news. This broke in the news because the state of Maine in the United States, Maine, if you didn't know this, Maine's got a pretty strict privacy law on the books. California, always getting all the pub and all the shine, all the glitter of Hollywood, right? All the shine and all the glitter of like being like the most forward on privacy regulations in the United States, as close to GDPR as you can get. But Maine, don't sleep on Maine, y'all. Maine is kind of a dark horse, if you will, in the privacy realm. And it's only because this company was legally required to disclose to Maine that Maine residents were in fact involved in this breach, that this broke. So way to go. That's a win. That's a win for privacy regulations and for Maine doing what they're doing. Thank you, Maine. Better, you're more than just potatoes and lobsters, Maine. Although I don't know if they do potatoes. You're more than just lobsters, Maine. Okay, and folksy accents. The other thing I want to point out is that they had a breach in 2022, and they did not just figure it out until August of 23. So that is like 8 months of dwell time. We talk about dwell time in the past. Dwell time is essentially the moment that a threat actor gets into your environment or into your systems to the time that they get detected. In 2023, 2022, it's like punch a hole in the speaker, pull the plug, and then jet. Like you kick a hole in the speaker, drop ransomware, pull the plug, and then jet, right? Like, and that's an Eric B. Rakim reference. I like to throw in a lot of these old school hip hop ones. So if you know, you know. I know Marcus Kyler knows, right? Okay, so for someone to sit in there for 8 months, it's like my other initial thought is like, who the heck, who is in there? Like, what threat actor in the modern threat landscape is like quietly hanging out? That's typically reserved, honestly, for like nation state threat actors, sophisticated enough to breach something like this, sophisticated enough to hide, like basically be persistent and not set off alarms. And also hold on, what was I going to say? To initially breach and do it in a slight way, and then to hang out and not get detected, right? So like if you were super sophisticated and you were financially motivated, you would get in and you do what you want to do, and then you try to like make as much money as possible. If you weren't sophisticated and you were trying to do espionage, like let's say you're, I don't know, NBC, right? Say a competitor, and you're trying to like find out what they're doing. You would get in there, but you might get detected because you're not a nation state threat actor. So to go 8 months in the modern times does seem kind of wild. The fact that only HR records were compromised seems kind of fishy, honestly. Like someone this sophisticated is going to get in there and only take HR records seems kind of silly, but you know, I'm not a cyber criminal threat actor. I just I just shower them with accolades from time to time. So anyways, TLDR, this isn't a good look for this media conglomerate. However, I don't think it's not going to impact them in any viable way. They're not going to be losing market share or anything like that. For victims like you and I, whose information may have been compromised, if you worked for them, like sign up and throw another identity theft protection 2-year service on the tire fire and like whatever. I think Paramount should worry about the quality of their streaming service. Am I right?
Rockstar Games suffers alleged source code leak. On Tuesday, reports circulated that a 4-gigabyte source code file for Rockstar Games' popular Grand Theft Auto 5 game has been made public on the dark web. The leaked source file contains 3D models and assets that would likely make it possible to build and run the game. While the initial leak link has been taken down, the source code is now making the rounds on Telegram channels. Rumors are circulating that hackers are considering making the entire 200-gigabyte GTA 5 source code file public. There are also indications that the leak may have included confidential employee data of 1,100 of Rockstar Games staff, as well as material related to Grand Theft Auto 6 and a potential sequel to the 2006 game Bully.
All right. So, I feel like video games are, they're floating around in orbit. They're not obscure. As far as like being attacked by cyber criminals and having source code leaked, it happens. But this is devastating. When we talk about like intellectual property and value of intellectual property and espionage to steal that stuff, a video game company is hosed if their product gets out there. Mono Julian with the gifted sub. Thanks, Mono Julian.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
And Cobra Crown, maybe you can find Mono Julian and give him a high five because they just hooked you up with that squad membership. Thank you so much. Welcome to the squad membership. The timing of this is wild too, by the way, because Rockstar Games and Take-Two, I think it's Take-Two Entertainment, they just released a trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6, and it set the YouTube record for most views in like the first 24 hours. I might be getting that a little wrong. It definitely set a YouTube record. It was definitely for most views in the shortest amount of time. I don't know if it was 24 hours or if it was like, the first hour or something like that. But anyways, it was bananas. And I personally, I don't have time, unfortunately, to play Grand Theft Auto. I loved Grand Theft Auto. I think it's such a great game as far as like immersion and like level of detail and just straight up depth of gameplay. Like Skyrim, Skyrim, is like just rehashing Skyrim over and over again. Skyrim's great, but like Grand Theft Auto is like hold my beer. So when Grand Theft Auto 6 leak came out, people are already like pre-ordering, and it doesn't come out until 2025, right? So if this source code were to get leaked for GTA 6, that would be devastating. Now, if the full game doesn't get leaked and just parts of it, two things could happen. One, it could be great pub for Rockstar Games to keep the hype engine going. Two, in a negative way, it could enable threat actors to discover vulnerabilities in the online gameplay. If GTA 6 has that feature, right? And then you could start doing exploitations and stuff like that. So it's not good. If I had to guess, right? Threat actors, and I say this all the time, right? So this is me guessing on this one. Whoops, hold on. Wrong one. This is what happens when I don't use my Stream Deck and I click with a mouse there. If I had to guess, threat actors are sending out, massive wholesale phishing campaigns. And when they pop a box, they don't know who they have until they go into their C2 infrastructure, their admin panel, and like look at what they got. And then I'm sure someone was like, "Oh crap! Like we got one of these guys. Like let's go." Being able to download that much source code is concerning. Okay, there is a technology called DLP, data loss prevention. It is notoriously bad at what it does. Okay, but if you're moving 400 gigs of source code of your probably like crown jewel, which Grand Theft Auto is for Rockstar Games, you can configure it to see that stuff. You can keep the source code on a controlled file server that you need to like go through a jump box to get to. You can make sure certain developers only have access to certain pieces of the source code. There are ways to protect it. I don't know if they did or not, and maybe some threat actors really, really cunning. But for me, you don't see it very often in industries because there's just no reason to go to this level. But in this industry, I would argue that you need to put a lot of controls and focus around protecting the IP of the source code of all of your properties, but especially your biggest property and your next biggest property, the one that everybody's getting hyped about right now. So, one other thing that kind of sucks, as many of you know, the internet, once you post something on the internet doesn't forget. So the threat actors leaked some of the source code in order to like basically demonstrate to Rockstar Games that they had the code. And then I think they're negotiating with them and they pulled the leaks down, but the leaks are out. So they're getting reposted everywhere. And essentially, the horse is out of the barn and been slapped in the butt and sent, wild Mustang style out into the valley. So you're not getting that source code back. It's like literally on multiple Telegram channels available for download right now. So not a good look. We can see also just a quick thing. We saw Twitch as a platform get its entire source code compromised not that long ago, a couple years ago. And then I think it's Kick, and BSEC knows this. I might be getting it wrong. It's either Kick or Rumble. I think it's Kick, though. There's a new streaming platform that like is very similar to Twitch. And, many people believe it's basically just a copy paste of the source code. You can't prove it. So again, intellectual property data. This is why data is so freaking valuable. because it allows you to skip the research, development, lessons learned, testing, all that, and just go directly into product.
LoanCare says 1.3 million people affected by November cyber attack. LoanCare, one of the largest providers of loan subservicing, has filed a breach notification indicating that more than 1.3 million customers had information accessed by hackers who breached their parent company, Fidelity National Financial. The November attack left real estate agents and home buyers in the lurch for days because home sales could not be finished. An investigation showed that last month, hackers were able to access and exfiltrate customer names, addresses, social security numbers, and the loan numbers. The LV Black Cat ransomware gang took credit for the attack, and the victims are being offered 2 years of identity protection services.
All right. A couple things. One, really quickly, Jovan Townsend over on LinkedIn asked if video game companies have a big cybersecurity presence in general. Honestly, I can't answer that, Jovan. I feel like the video game industry is like a sub niche of entertainment industry, and entertainment industry. I don't really know many people who work in entertainment. I knew someone who worked for the NHL, the National Hockey League, on their information security team, and they were well funded, but the human power, like the number of people, the head count was not very high. But hey, if there's anyone in chat, 312 of you awesome people, if any of you here work in entertainment, or really, if you work in video game software, that would be really, really cool. And again, there's a difference between tech startup, because I've worked for 2 video game tech startup companies, but tech startup, I would qualify as not applying to this question in like Rockstar games and stuff like that, because tech startups are already like cash strapped and running lean and all this other stuff. All right, next story. Fidelity National Financial subsidiary says 1.5 million affected by November cyber attack. This is just piling on from what I recently have been talking about with the title insurance companies and like mortgage loan people getting hacked left, right, and center. I do want to say shout out. I threw a lot of shade at title insurance people yesterday, or the industry. I had a couple people, including our very own base case mod at Supreme, point out that like title insurance companies are more than just the use case I mentioned yesterday on stream. For engineering and people, doing digs and building and stuff like that, they will contact title insurance companies to validate kind of like who owns the land and what the dimensions are and all that other stuff before they break ground and stuff like that. So there is a market for this type of service. I don't know. Like the amount of, honestly, this is just a speculative hot take, okay? Let me throw my tinfoil hat on. Speculative hot take here. The amount of like real estate, mortgage, title insurance companies that are getting hit lately, and because it's Alfie Black Cat, I feel like somebody or some group of people either used to work in that industry or are familiar enough with that industry as an affiliate to attack that industry. It just seems unusual, frankly, for the amount in the short amount of time and the amount of hits getting hit and for the scale. I mean, these are like massive attacks. 1.5 million people hit. The other one was like, another million people. Like we see these like flare-ups, like a couple months ago, like early 2023, like the spring of 23, there was like a flare-up of like K through 12 schools, right? Like LA County School District got hit, Minneapolis School District got hit. I think somewhere in Texas, a school district got hit, all within like a short period of time. It just, you see these kind of like pockets, like pop, and then you don't hear it. It's not like ransomware is a tidal wave that's constantly just washing over us, right? And then but the industries are very specific, right? Like manufacturing always gets hit, but like K through 12, so anyways, I think that's kind of correlated with this. So if you work in the real estate industry as a cyber pro, definitely take advantage of these stories. Like you don't want to be, hey, executive, we don't want to be Fidelity National Financial for these reasons. Yeah, let's be them for like success and profit and revenue and growth and all these other things, but let's not be them for getting hacked Like, let's learn from them, okay? Use it for those reasons. But like I said, I'd be surprised. It just seems trending that, like, in spring of 24, like, real estate's going to be a thing. You know what I mean? Chris Patton dropping in some comments here. Working in the housing industry right now with the significant housing crisis in many states, housing mortgage companies and the same are getting a ton of government money. Well, there you go. There you go.
Straight cash, homie.
Follow the money.
Steal customer data from Europe's largest parking app operator. Easy Park Group has reported to European regulators that hackers stole data from at least 950 Ring Go users in the UK. The company said customer names, phone numbers, addresses, email addresses, and partial credit card numbers had been stolen, but that parking data had not been compromised. The company also said its Park Mobile brand, which has 50 million users in the US, was not affected. The hack highlights the risk with centralizing parking services to apps and websites, which require user data collection and are rapidly replacing more costly physical meters and parking attendants.
All right. And thanks everybody like Justin Rohr and Chris Patton and such for sharing context on these different stories. It's very helpful. Okay, so hackers steal. All right, so basically they're pointing out that as we go into the cloud, as we get sassy, we're getting sassy. It makes it an easier target for threat actors. Yes, obviously, but like seriously, here's the deal, guys. Like here is the deal. Like this story outlines it perfectly. If you're going to replace a human parking, meter person and physical meters that take coins or whatever, for an app that does that and whatever, that's fine. You're realizing cost savings over there, but your threat model has changed. You cannot move forward with a paradigm shift architecture going from humans to the cloud, right? You can't move how you do business fundamentally for a business without reevaluating the threat landscape and making sure that you're accounting for the risks and putting in the proper controls. This is like basic Cyber 101. Oh, maybe Cyber 201, right? Cyber 101 is like, what are we doing here? Here are the terms. Cyber 201 is like, let's figure it out. Like, don't like you can't just rinse and repeat with what you've been doing in 1980 in 2023 if you move to the cloud. So having said all that, yes, this is introduced risk, but it's completely manageable, completely controllable. And frankly, because it costs less to move to the cloud and automate things, and businesses love their money.
Straight cash, homie.
All it is we need cloud security engineers and we need GRC people who understand the threat landscape to redefine and reevaluate where we are. This is why you do risk assessments. Thank you hackers for stealing this parking app operator information to allow us all the valuable lesson of understanding GRC, right? Yay, GRC. Anyways, it sucks for Ringo and Park Mobile. If you are the largest parking app operator in Europe, I feel like you've got some money to be able to invest in protecting your data and your assets and your customer base. Again, with something like this, honestly, what are you going to do? Like, you're going to go to a different parking app operator? No. You know what I mean? Like, that's part of the thing that kills me, right? This company got hacked. It definitely calls to attention the risk. Other businesses are going to be able to benefit. Maybe they'll get some type of GDPR fine for leaking personal information. I know GDPR has got teeth like a great white, but really, they're going to keep going. They're going to keep printing money. Like, you're not the largest parking app operator in Europe, a continent, without having lots of money to throw at problems, right? So anyways, let's do the mid-roll.
And now, a word from our sponsor, Barricade Cyber Solutions. When you're hit with ransomware, remember recoverfromransomware.com. Barricade Cyber Solutions' experienced DFIR team is ready to help your business recover from ransomware now. You'll work directly with the CEO to resolve your case quickly and efficiently. Whether you're experiencing a ransomware attack or want to get ahead of one by discussing a prevention plan, contact Barricade Cyber Solutions at recoverfromransomware.com.
All right, that brings us to the mid-roll. Oh, I forgot. At least I added this song to the playlist. Let's go. Hey, Dan, member 11 months. Thanks, Dan. All right, guys, welcome to the mid-roll. 330 of you putting the work in on a December 27th. Love it, love it, love it. Thanks to the stream sponsors, Barricade Cyber, Panoptcy, and Antisyphon Training for enabling me to bring this show to you every single morning. And thank you to each of you, like Carrie, Laura Flores, Johnny Five, Ellery Dora, Divine Dream Divide, My Dancing Girl, Marcus Kyler. If you're getting educational value or entertainment value, do me a favor, hit the like button. I saw just a minute ago, 20 likes right now. Again, it's not for my ego. It's literally to trigger the YouTube algorithm to help other people find this channel and this show, frankly. And, you know, everyone who's doing it, thank you so much. I tell you all the time, consistency is critical. We are at 97,487 subs. I know you can't really see it, but 97,487. Now I'm getting greedy. I'm just going to see if we can get to 100,000 by the end of the year. That's the goal. That would be insane. So OG's in here if we break 100 grand. All right, everybody. I want to say shout out to the Simply Cyber Community Challenge. Alex Rosado is in chat right now. Alex Rosado has the baton. Alex Rosado, please tag somebody with the Simply Cyber Community Challenge baton. Now, what is the Simply Cyber Community Challenge baton? Guys, for all of you who are here right now, if you would like to invest 5 minutes a day to build your professional network, which is incredibly valuable, check this out. Go on LinkedIn. Search for the hashtag on screen right now, hashtag Simply Cyber Community Challenge, and find the posts. Very easy to do. Connect with the people who are posting and comment on their post. There'll be a post where they say their story and then hashtag Simply Cyber Community Challenge. Connect with them. Connect with the people in comments. That takes 5 minutes, okay? Now, why would you do that? Because the other 23 hours and 55 minutes of the day, other people are commenting and connecting with you because you're in the comments. You will passively build your professional network and actively do it a little bit, 5 minutes a day for 2 weeks. Come back and see me. I guarantee you, your network is going to get bigger and it will be full of meaningful connections, not just spamming connect with whoever's on LinkedIn. Supportive, inclusive cyber professionals. Believe me, you're going to be happy. Ooh, Ryan Pearson. It says first time live. You know what? We're gonna qualify that Ryan as a hashtag first timer. Welcome to the party, pal. And I'm glad you checked out the Try Hack Me Advent of Cyber walkthrough. Good stuff. I hope you enjoyed it. All right, Simply Cyber Community Challenge, all about good times. All right, we've got we already did Worldwide Wednesday, so we don't have a segment in the middle here. But we'll just let Simple Minds take us out. Looks like Rich Palmer's about to get it. Dane Riley, first timer live. Welcome to party, pal. All right, Simple Minds, take us to the second half of the show. Here we go. All right. Thank you, Simple Minds. All right, let's go to the second part of the show. I'm having to do this all manually with sliders and stuff. I know there's a better way to do it, but I'm whatever.
Riceta ransomware group hacked hospital in Jordan. Abdali Hospital, a multi-specialty hospital located in Amman, Jordan, has been added to the Riceta ransomware gang's list of victims on its Tor leak site. The group published images of a sample of stolen documents, including ID cards and contracts. Riceta indicates it will be selling the exclusive data for 10 Bitcoin over a period of 7 days and will only sell it to one buyer. Riceta also stated that reselling the data is prohibited. Last week, the FBI and CISA published a joint advisory warning of Riceta's attacks and included the gang's IOCs and TTPs in the advisory.
All right, so two things here. One, right away, this sucks, man. Riceta, threat actor group, they've been cropping up here and there, fairly effective, I might add. Like in the stories that they're brought in on, they're usually, it's usually a pretty good target that they've hit. It's pretty good information they've stole, and they're not, just spamming it around trying to like get paid. Like they're a little bit more organized. So to me, like this organization kind of screams, you know, a couple thoughtful ringleaders, professionals. They're selling the data for 10 Bitcoin. By the way, I want to point out they're not ransoming. They may have ransomwared the threat the Abdali hospital in Jordan, right? But they're the ransomware group, but they didn't ransomware. This hospital isn't ransomwared. So they're the Riceta ransomware group, but all they did was break in and steal information, and they're selling it, okay? They didn't encrypt anything. We're seeing a bit of a shift in the landscape. For a while, it was just ransomware. Then it was ransomware and data exfil for double extortion. And now we're seeing threat actor groups begin to pivot into just data exfil for extortion. And it's weird because I do wonder if it's because the controls around ransomware prevention, like the encryption prevention, are starting to get so effective that the threat actors are just like, it's not worth our time anymore. There's controls out there where, like, as when you encrypt files, basically it starts going in order top down, right? So like if a control sees like this file's encrypted, it'll intervene. So you don't get all your stuff encrypted, right? That's just one control. Then there's like hot backups and honey systems and all this other stuff. So anyways, I do wonder from a threat landscape perspective, if controls are starting to become so effective that it's not worth it to do the encryption if they're going to get paid anyways. Second thing worth noting, they're selling it to a one buyer only. So, for scarcity here. I want to see what the current exchange rate is, Bitcoin to USD. Oh my God, how do I do this? One Bitcoin is $42,000 in Bitcoin. So the value of Bitcoin's kind of gone up, huh? It's interesting. So $43,000. I am not a big Bitcoin person. I know FinFrock is.
I'm a crypto evangelist. I love it, love it, love it.
But they're selling it for 10 Bitcoin, which is basically $430,000. $500,000 for this Abdali group. Obviously, the Abdali group can purchase it themselves. It's only a 200-bed hospital, so I don't know what their revenues are. The one thing that I would point out that I think is kind of silly, it's the one thing that jumped out in the story is silly to me. They said the Riceta ransomware group's going to sell it to only one buyer, and they're not allowed to sell it to anyone else. Bro, what are you talking about? If I'm a criminal and I buy it, like, stop me from selling it to someone else. Like, what are you talking about? The transaction will be anonymous-ish, pseudo-anonymous. Like, I think that's a really silly qualifier that Riceta is putting on the buyer of the data. Unless it's the Abdali healthcare victim themselves, then of course they're not going to sell it to anyone. But dude, if I can buy it for 10 Bitcoin and turn around and sell it for 100 Bitcoin, your business with my recently purchased data is none of your business, right? This isn't like right to repair Riceta. You don't get to judge what I'm doing with the product after I've purchased it. So I don't know what they're thinking, honestly, by including that stipulation, but whatever.
Integris Health patients get extortion emails.
Like there isn't like an Uber stars review. It's not like Riceta is going to give the buyer 5 stars in a like ransomware affiliate data dark web rideshare app where it's like, ooh, 5 stars. They didn't sell it to someone when we told them they couldn't. No, this is Mos Eisley Cantina all day, bro. Get out of here with that.
After cyber attack, Patients of Integris Health have begun receiving blackmail emails stating that their data was stolen in a cyber attack. The Oklahoma-based healthcare network confirmed they suffered a breach on November 28th that led to the theft of patient social security numbers, dates of birth, addresses, phone numbers, insurance information, and employer information. On December 24th, hackers sent extortion emails to patients claiming they would sell the data to other threat actors if they did not pay the extortion demand. Some Integris Health patients have confirmed to Bleeping Computer that the emails contained accurate personal information.
All right. Hey, Kevin Sweeney, what's up? Welcome to the party, pal.
Welcome to the party, pal.
All right. So Integris Health patients, this sucks, right? Again, another healthcare company with real patients who have real sensitive data getting compromised. This is an interesting angle for threat actors. I said earlier with this story that the European parking app operator, right? Like, so who's their client? Their client is, municipalities and private owners who own land that they're going to let people park on. The people parking really aren't the customers, right? They're just the product, frankly. So, like, when they get hacked, what are you going to do? You're going to keep using them because it's kind of not victimless, but like, what are you going to do? It doesn't hit the same way. With this right here, this is bad, right? So Integris Health's patients, right? So I'm a patient. I went and got a procedure done. And then I get an email from a criminal who's like, "Dear Jerry, see attached for all your sensitive information. Like, here's a picture of that rash you have," or whatever. And then we have this information because Integris Health refuses to pay us. We're not trying to take your money, Jerry. We want Integris Health's money. And, it's almost like in the movie Heat where Robert De Niro's like, "We're here for the bank's money, not your money. Your money's insured. We're not taking yours." So the threat actor in this instance is basically trying to weaponize the patients who are really the downstream victims, trying to weaponize the patients in order to drum up more support for Integris Health paying the ransom. I mean, it's a clever bit of extortion. Unfortunately, it's a bad look and it sucks. But this is one of the few times where like real reputational harm can lead to impact. Now, I do also want to point out this is in Oklahoma, so shout out to Ian Anderson if he's listening. But in the way healthcare is done in the United States nowadays, and I always reference Terminator 2 and the metal guy who like pools together, most healthcare is starting to lead towards massive healthcare systems. So back in the day, maybe Integris Health, across the street is a different healthcare provider, right? So maybe you have like MUSC and Roper St. Francis, or you have Home Depot and Lowe's. Like, you can make that choice with your money to go somewhere else. But in the modern US healthcare system and the way insurance works and everything else, you might not even have a choice. You could be pissed off at Integris Health. And you're still going to go the next day, right? So, and by the way, one thing, because I worked in healthcare for several years, one thing I do want to point out to us. Oh, yeah, Jonathan Lindsay brings up a good point. Also threatened to sue. You might get sued anyways. Honestly, it's definitely a rough day for general counsel at Integris Health. One other thing I want to point out, because I feel like it gets kind of lost sometimes, and I certainly didn't know about it until I worked in healthcare, but think about the information too. Like, like maybe I go and get like, I have a head cold and I want to get some what's the word I'm thinking of? What's amoxicillin? I can't believe I'm so stupid right now. Antibiotics. Thank you. So you want antibiotics, no big deal. Oh, you got a skin knee and you want some like medicine. Oh, you split your head open and you need stitches. Like, that's not a big deal. And you're like, who cares? Or maybe you had a baby, who cares, right? Well, what if you're going because you're suffering from like mental health problems? Or what if you're going because you have a lifestyle that is, not like socially stigmatized as a marginalized lifestyle? Like say you're into, say you have, basically, an STD or HIV or, like whatever. Maybe you have a lifestyle that isn't socially acceptable, right? So like that information is devastating. That could be really harmful to an individual to the point where like there's been research done where some people will not go seek out healthcare even if they need it because they don't want their data to end up here. There's examples of people who will drive up to 50 miles to receive healthcare in a different city just so their community doesn't know like what their situation is, right? So there is real human impact, like that can be devastating, frankly, if this data gets out in some instances. So just be mindful of that. Thank you, Ray Tierney. Yes, LGBTQIA examples, HIV examples. Yeah, exactly. So you got to be mindful of that. It's not just like whatever data that might be normal to you. There's a wide swath of data. What about the I mean, this one is like a little different, but like the 14-year-old or 15-year-old female who's pregnant and is terrified if her parents find out, right? So all those things.
Cyber firm publishes 2024 cyber threat landscape forecast. Resecurity has issued a report outlining key security threats and challenges anticipated in 2024 based upon its analysis of dark web activity and cybersecurity incident data. The report predicts increased ransomware activity targeting publicly traded companies and using potential regulatory violations as leverage for manipulation and extortion. The report also asserts that critical infrastructure will remain a focal point for cyber attacks, especially energy and nuclear sectors. The report anticipates that AI weaponization will skyrocket, demanding innovative countermeasures and international collaboration. Additionally, cities that have adopted smart technologies will need to actively secure IT/OT supply chains and protect the identities of their citizens. Finally, the report predicts a proliferation of attacks against digital identity, leading to unprecedented large-scale data breaches.
All right. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to read this report, but I mean, this is a classic, like 2024 predictions, right? These always come rolling in at the end of the year. I've been asked for mine too. Well, okay, so let's look at the report's key trends and comment briefly on it. Increased ransomware activity targeting public companies. Okay, like 2021, 2022, 2023, like I guess, that's a prediction, but define increased. I mean, municipalities are getting hit left, right, and center. Water treatment, water industry, schools, municipalities, like public transit, like libraries. Like, bro, like I don't know if like someone like woke up and they're like, oh, I need an example, but like number one key trend, I don't know. Like this seems more like status quo for me. Number two, cyber attacks against energy and nuclear sectors. Okay, OT, ICS, living in the 70s, critical infrastructure, public-private sector. This is a thing. Invest in your technology stack upgrades, right? So again, I'm not really seeing this as a major, it's major. Obviously, it's major, but this has been on the radar for like 5 years, okay? Here we go. You knew AI was going to show up, right?
Shall we play a game?
Weaponization of AI will skyrocket. People are already trying to be clever about how they use AI. I just hope to God, it doesn't become like sentient. And if it does, it doesn't. It has its own personality that's not based on the collective consciousness of society. But anyways, AI is super effective. If you're not using AI to do your job, you're left behind. AI is too powerful a tool to not leverage in every capacity. Saying weaponization of it, I would say, like for me, for my dollar, I like to look at the U.S. military and what they're doing because they're usually way ahead of the curve as far as like weaponizing and kind of leveraging new technology for whatever reasons. So definitely look for that. And then what they got one more. Smart cities and the rising cyber challenge. Okay, so I would just say number 4, smart cities and rising challenge. Basically, if everything's online, like that parking app thing, right? Like that story that just happened. Yeah, there's going to be more breaches and more downtime. So that kind of falls into, it's kind of the other end of the coin from the cyber attack one. So like number 2 is a bad thing because like there's a lot of legacy tech that's like poorly configured. And number 4 is basically there's a lot of modern tech that is poorly configured, right? So it's like two ends of the same coin. The sad thing is that number 4 indicates that even with 40 years of knowledge and experience dealing with the hot mess express that is OT and ICS, we still continue to move forward and push forward, making decisions like this difficult to secure. Again, it's all about straight cash, homie.
Straight cash, homie.
And we're not really, like, if you invest in security, configure it securely at first. We are seeing some initiatives in that way around supply chain, but just people love themselves some shiny baubles and throwing them in as quick as possible. But to 2024 cyber predictions, catch me outside. How about that?
Catch me outside. How about that?
All right.
African organizations aim to bolster cybersecurity in 2024. African nations are faced with numerous cybersecurity threats and challenges while lacking adequate cyber training. This month, the University of Lagos, the American Business Council in Nigeria, and several private companies launched a virtual cyber hub to strengthen cybersecurity in Nigeria and help train young workers. In the next few years, the collaboration aims to build capacity to address immediate cybersecurity needs, create sustainable collaboration and partnership frameworks, and to promote joint research projects between academic institutions and businesses. The long-term goals are to make Nigeria self-sufficient in terms of cyber and to develop homegrown cyber solutions. Back in July, the Biden-Harris administration announced a collaboration with the Cyber Safe Foundation to develop an African-specific effort to train cybersecurity workers with a focus on creating opportunities for women. And that does it for today.
All right. This is great. And we actually had somebody representing from Nigeria in chat this morning for Worldwide Wednesday. So where are you? Wait, hold on. Let me look at the map. Yeah, we definitely had Nigeria in the house. Nigeria, kind of in that left coast bend of Africa. I don't know if that particular section of Africa has a name, but definitely right in there. North of, what is it? One of these countries, Namibia. It's either Namibia or Angola. Like, it's crazy how big the country is and what percentage is populated. Anyways, that's unrelated. So, Nigeria, I love it. So the country of Nigeria, Funky Monk, thanks for the squad. Nigeria's getting serious, putting their money where their mouth is, losing $3.5 billion annually to like different things. They want their own in-house cyber talent. They don't want to have to rely on outsourced talent, frankly, from other places in the world. I love this. Like, way to go, Nigeria, for wanting to like level up your country, your capabilities of your country, and your citizens of your country, frankly, by making education and opportunities available to your citizens. They actually have, they mentioned in here, they have the virtual cyber hub in Nigeria with the goal of developing Africa-specific effort, cybersecurity training. Obviously, like Morocco, Kenya, and Egypt pushing forward in cyber. I know Egypt is going to be joining BRICS soon. Not that that's totally related, but it's just interesting. We're basically seeing like a level up of Nigeria across multiple countries for their technical prowess and cybersecurity knowledge base. So wicked exciting. Look for more Nigerians to show up in stream. And hey, I got to tell you, if you are in Nigeria right now and you were representing Nigeria on Worldwide Wednesday, tell your friends, tell them what's up, tell them what we're doing here. I mean, this is what we're here for, and it sounds like it totally aligns with what the country of Nigeria is up to. If I was like a baller, I would try to contact the virtual cyber hub in Nigeria and be like, I've got a Cyber 101 course coming out in a few weeks. Maybe we should high five and check that out. All right. Right at time. Looks like it's 8:59. I'm going to just say, if you were here for the news, thank you so very much. We're going to roll right at 9 a.m. I'll do a couple minutes of jaw jacking, but I've got a bunch of stuff to do. I woke up early and started filming the final videos of Cyber 101 minus the labs. So, If you were here just for the news, great work, everybody. Thank you so very much. I appreciate all of you being here. I hope you have a wonderful day on Wednesday, December 27th. We'll see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern Time for the Daily Cyber Threat Briefing. Be well, everybody, and I'll see you at Jawjacking. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Jawjacking. I'm your host, Jerry Guy. We just had a great stream with the Daily Cyber Threat Brief. Just chilling. I got a couple minutes. I do enjoy the jawjacking, but yesterday I went for like 45 minutes, and I really need to prioritize my time. I've been working like just a little bit in the morning and then spending all day with the family. We went and actually saw a movie last night. Saw the Migration movie. I don't know if you guys saw that. Cute movie. You know, if you like the movie going experience, definitely worth checking out. But it's a good one to like, if you have kids, it's a good one to pick up on the streaming services whenever it comes out. I enjoyed it though. It was funny. Some good laughs, some good laugh out louds going on. Hope everybody had a great stream. I enjoyed that. Some good stories in there today. Some good first timers coming in. Amaka Bioku, I'm Nigerian, but in Silver Spring, Maryland. Okay, Amaka. Welcome to the party. Great to see you. Thanks for chiming in and commenting. It's crazy. I love seeing what Nigeria was doing. Carrie wants to know, how can I chill when I'm not in the fridge? Oh, I've got a cooler, Carrie, so I'm portable with my chill. Larry saying, does anyone have suggestions to understand AI effects on cybersecurity? Where does one start? Larry, if you want, I mean, this is just a subsection of what's going on, but OWASP tried to jump on this grenade early and first. So if you go to OWASP, which is known for their top 10 web application vulnerabilities, but if you go to OWASP and you do OWASP AI prompt top 10, you can get this right here. This is the OWASP top 10 for LLM applications. There you go, Larry. I would start here. Giddy up on that. All right. I know, Carrie. I saw you say you got some good stuff in 2024. Super pumped for you, buddy. Can't wait to see you crush it. Oh, Alana saw the Trolls movie. What do you think, Alana? Good? I love going to the movies. The line was ridiculous, though. I waited in it. Mrs. Auger took the boys in. And I got kids, combos. I couldn't. I wish I was, like an 8-armed Spider-Man guy, because I couldn't get popcorn and soda for adults because I only, kids a priority, right? So. Oh, nice. Reversing malware. I've seen it used for that too. Very cool. Oh, Claus. Jenny Housley saying Claus is a good Christmas movie. 100%. I love Claus. Home Alone and The Naughty Nine have been on heavy rotation at my home. Jerry, do you have your book recommendations on Discord? Julio Alacron asks. No, I don't. There is a book club channel on Discord, Julio, but no, I don't think I have documented my recommendations. Alana saying decent. All right, kids love it. I'll take that as a watch it with the kids on stream. When we do movie night at the house, like my kids have like this giant beanbag called a Yogi Bo. We bring that down, we pop popcorn, we turn the lights down. Like we turn our living room into like a viewing arena or whatever you want to call it. So I love going to the movies, but watching them at home is a lot of fun for us too. Lazaro, did you see Godzilla -1? That looked really good. No, I saw Critical Drinker on YouTube do a review of it. I haven't watched that yet. I don't understand the naming convention. Is this supposed to be like a prequel and they're just like really on the nose that it's Godzilla -1, so it's like Godzilla prequel? Let me know. Is jawjacking something specific here? So Zach Morrison's asking, what is jawjacking? So Zach, basically, the news, I do the morning briefing, and it's fun. And then basically the jaw jacking is where I pivot, and it's just the community hanging out. I answer questions, either personal or professional, and people share their thoughts and stuff. But the reason I separate it is because some people just want the news and need to get to work. Some people, so like basically it makes it a nice, easy way to cut off between the news and community chat. Plus, fun story, we call it jaw jacking because I basically appropriated it because I don't get a lot of negative comments on YouTube or in chat or anything. Very few, frankly, which is cool. But maybe a year and a half ago, somebody commented like, your daily cyber threat briefing would be a lot better if you'd stop jaw jacking and wasting my time. So I said, okay, I'll remove the jaw jacking, which is an insult, by the way. I'll remove the jaw jacking from the news brief, and I'll just make a separate section at the end, and I'll call it jaw jacking. Thank you for the recommendation. And I never saw that person comment again, but thank you for enabling this because people enjoy jaw jacking. I enjoy jaw jacking. Rhonda Rummerfield falls asleep at the movies. That's funny. Ray Tierney talking about the movie theaters that shake to see Godzilla. That's pretty cool idea. I like that. New Empire trailer? I haven't seen that one yet, Lazaro. I don't even know what you're talking about. Nicholas Fuller completed the Google Cyber Cert. Very cool. No luck securing the first cyber job. You've got to network. You've got to network. Networking is so valuable, Nicholas. Hopefully you were networking with other students. Hopefully you're networking with people in chat. Hopefully you're doing the Simply Cyber Community Challenge. Hopefully you're going to conferences and being active. Networking is unbelievably valuable. Unbelievably valuable. I can't emphasize it enough. Let's see. Someone just asked about CISA resources. Richard Gicharu, any good CISA resources? If you're talking about the Certified Information Security Auditor certification from ISACA, honestly, the best resource is the ISACA official textbook. ISACA exams are really very specific on what they're looking for. I have the CISA and the CISM, and the ISACA resource is the best one if you want. If you're talking about the government agency CISA, then first of all, you knew I was going to work Jen Easterly into the comments, right? Jen Easterly has entered the chat. Go to CISA.gov and get it. Jerry Guy, do you recommend a free alternate to Messenger for video calls that combine security with convenience? Not real. So I don't use Facebook Messenger. If you're talking about iPhone Messenger, that's what I do use. I know Signal is the most secure. The biggest problem with Signal is getting other people to adopt it. Only other security people use it, which is the funny part. I can't get my family to transition, although they'll use WhatsApp. Do you have any suggestions on free courses, good, cheap resources in general for learning networking? I feel like I should be more knowledgeable, especially since I'll be taking A+ and Net+ soon. We asked this question the other day, and BSEC had a pretty good resource. The thing is with networking, you want to learn two dimensions, right? One, you want to learn not the theory behind it, but you want to learn what the OSI stack is and how that works, okay? Another really great resource is... So first of all, you want to learn this right here, Nicholas, the OSI model, right? So Google the OSI model and learn as much as you can about this. Spoiler alert or pro tip, layers 5 through 7, don't really sweat that. Just think about that as the Chrome browser. Layers 4 and 3 are the most important to understand. Layer 2 is the next most important to understand. And layer 1 is the actual physical wire and where you're last likely to look for troubleshooting and then, could be the problem. But layers 4 and 3 are most important, and layer 2 is the next important. Don't sweat 5, 6, and 7 too much. And layer 1 is the physical layer, right? Once you've done that, Nicholas, oh my God. Malware traffic analysis is a really good resource to learn Wireshark type stuff, but it also will give you a lot of exposure to different network PCAPs and traffic and stuff like that. You can look at a SIM. If you do SIM labs and look at actual real-time like data flows and stuff like that, but that's getting a little bit down the road of like, oh, I want to be a SOC analyst, right? So it depends what role you want, but those 2 resources I just shared with you are 2 strategies is what I would do. Dale Fay says Cisco Net Academy is good. Cisco is definitely known for their networking. Here we go. Cisco Net Academy. I'm gonna add this to chat. I just dropped a link for Cisco Net Academy networking right here. Networking essentials. Okay. All right. You'll learn how to plan and install a small home business, critical thinking, problem solving with Packet Tracer, which is kind of like Wireshark, troubleshooting networks. So that, yeah, this is pretty good right here. Thanks for the share, Dale Fay. All right, guys, what are we at? 9:11. All right, I'm gonna have to get going. Great chat today. It's all right. I'm just gonna do real quick lightning round. Okay. Pastor of Muppets got a second interview today. Best wishes with that. Obviously, Pastor of Muppets. Hope to. Second interview is a great sign. I hope to goodness it works out. If you like the job, I hope it works out for you. Absolutely sending good vibes your way. Elite Gunslinger, what's the best mindset going into CISM? Putting the business first is the goal. Exactly, 100% Elite Gunslinger. You are definitely serving the business. I remember when I was taking CISM, there are answers to questions that are not what you would do in real life, but it is what ISACA would expect you to do. A lot of like notifying the board and doing all these other things. So yeah, definitely smart. Itza says, what conferences are you looking forward to in 2024? Number 1 is Wild West Hackin' Fest in October. I will be keynoting, which is super awesome. It's already my favorite conference, hands down. To be asked to keynote is unbelievably a privilege, and I'm super pumped about it. And then I like Black Hat DEF CON. I get a lot of work done at Black Hat DEF CON, and there's always a really great Simply Cyber community meetup at the DEF CON. So definitely looking forward to that. All right, guys, I've got to get going, do some work out here. Thank you so very much for the abbreviated jaw jacking. We'll be back tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern for the Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Briefing. I'm Jerry, your chat. Be awesome, everybody. Packet Tracer might be a topology app, Ryan Pearson. I might be wrong about that. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Be well. Be good to each other. Good luck if you got a exam, cert exam, job interview, etc. We'll see you in the next one here. Be well, everybody. Take care. If you enjoyed that content, keep the cybersecurity train going by connecting with the other Simply Cyber community resources. We have the Discord server that's lively and always keeps the conversation going. You can connect with me directly on LinkedIn. And also every single weekday morning on the Simply Cyber channel, we're doing live daily cyber threat briefings, 8 a.m. Eastern time, as well as Thursday at 4:30 p.m. We're doing live stream interviews with industry experts, and we produce videos that we push out every Wednesday morning. I'm Jerry from Simply